When swimming, it is important to stay loose and relaxed.
I'm ready when you are.
Yeah, we're video. Go.
You can see Nick will be swimming very close to the surface of the water with a very good grip on the water and a nice, constant, consistent kick. The more even you are with the water, the less you need to pull. The main idea is to plant your hand into the water and move your body past your hand just like as if you were walking. Be sure that you are breathing to your side and in your armpit to make sure that your hips stay up. The further you bring your head up, the lower your hips sink. Jess is demonstrating the underwater view of Nick. You can see that she has an early vertical forearm. So when she plants her hand into the water, her elbow will be higher than her hand, and her elbow will not lead her hand. It'll be above it. And you can see how close she is to the surface of the water. She is not letting her hips sink, as to letting your hips sink will only create more drag in the water and a greater force for you to move. Notice how her hips rotate like her shoulders. So her hips are not staying in the same position the whole time. They are following her stroke. This exercise can be done with a med ball or a brick, anything that has weight to it and won't erode in the pool. Or you can have it on your chest or stomach, whichever you feel more comfortable and whatever makes it harder for you to keep kicking. As you will notice, Nick will not go much further than Jess. If you want, you can make it more challenging or whatever and have the person without the weight sprint the 25 yards. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter. But it's harder to go slower than it is to sprint. Nick will be focusing, well now Jess. Jess will be focusing on their stroke work and their balance in the water as the other person is kicking with the weight. Don't forget to breathe. It's very important that you breathe and that your face is able to get out of the water. If you need to, you can drop the brick. You just have to go down and get it. But your safety is obviously first thing first. We are now moving on to wall outs. You will notice that their arms go all the way straight down and all the way straight up out of the water. So, Nick's arms almost lock, as you can see, and then they come all the way out of the water. This is really focusing on shoulders and their back muscles to get them low and to get them high. Moving from a horizontal position swimming to a vertical position standing up or doing Russian twists, as we're going to do next, redirects and tricks your body a lot because your blood is going to be under pressure and then it won't be under pressure, and so this is very important to get in and out of the water. It really puts a lot of stress on your body, making for a really good workout. We're getting back in the water now to do the same thing. Swim down with your partner and then swim back. In this next shot, you can see how flat they both are in the water. And you can see how Nick's very nice early vertical forearm, like we talked about earlier. Now they're going to switch the brick and go back. Make sure that you are conscious and aware of where you are in the pool so you do not hit your head on the wall. It is very common to hit your head on the wall if you're not looking. That's why there are flags on both sides of the pool to indicate where you are and how close you are to the edge of the pool. They are now doing push-ups, hand release push-ups. We will now be doing squats. You guys know how to do squats, super easy. Just use the weight that you've been swimming with. And then after this, you will start over, and it's as many as you can do in 15 minutes. So let's make it a challenge.
Now that's a 15-minute AMRAP. Good.
You will notice that Jess's head will stay completely still as well as her arms. The motion is coming from the middle of her chest or her sternum. This motion will be carried out like a whip-like motion all the way down to her toes.
Good.
That was dolphin kick. We'll be now moving on to freestyle or the flutter kick. So this kick is going to be constant and consistent. There's always constant motion. It is also compact, very, very compact. It's smaller, and it's whip-like motion coming from your hips rather than your chest. This next kick is whip kick. This goes with breaststroke kick. The thing that you want to remember is up, out, and around. That's what your feet are doing. So your heels are coming up to your butt. Your knees are not coming up to your chest. Your heels are coming up to your butt. Your toes are turning outward, and you're going to go around in a circle and point your toes. So up, so you're going to go up, out, and around.